As the Freer Lady Buckaroos are taking on the Lady Cowgirls of Tilden. I'm Joe Bowling, Rudy Zamaripa on the camera, and the pregame show here as the two teams have already concluded their warm-ups. They're standing on the opposite serving lines, and we'll be waiting for the playing of the national anthem, and they'll also have the introduction to the players and the team here at Freer High School. Fans watching our game, if you will, share the link on our social media, on our Facebook side, follow and like our page. On our YouTube, please subscribe to our channel, and right out of the gate, anyone that owns a business, any business owners or any business opportunities that you may know who would want to advertise in our games, we're looking for sponsors right now to cover the expanded coverage of the number of teams that are involved in what we're doing here with Rio Sports Live. Right now it's 68 schools that are on board as we are covering their games. This tonight is Freer Lady Buckaroos at home taking on Tilden. Tilden in the blue uniforms with the white trim are on the right-hand side of your screen as you take a look here during our pregame show. And then on the left-hand side is the Odom Lady Bucks, and they're in the blue uniforms with the gold trim. We're set to go with the first serve, and away we go. Sit back and enjoy it, and thanks for being a part of our broadcast here tonight. First serve of the night by the Cowgirls is over. Played on the back row by Odom. They'll set it up off far side. Big swing. That's off the block. Point scored for Freer. And they go up 1-0. 1-0 ball game for Freer. Next serve coming up for the Buckaroos. This is Angelina Trevino serving it over. Cowgirls trying to set it up off the net. Tipped over by Kana Sneed. Big swing that time by Freer. That one goes down for a point. Carolyn Hinojosa on the kill. Makes it a 2-0 game. We'll have some replays here as the game goes along. Trevino ready to serve again for the Lady Bucks. Gets that over. A short serve played by the back row. Still on the back row. Free ball coming up for the Buckaroos. Good pass over on the right side. A back set to the right side. Hit over. Played by the Cowgirls. And they'll move the ball around. And now get the ball back over. Free ball now for the Cowgirls to work with. Opportunity here to get on the scoreboard. A high set center. In the net it goes. Just missing on the hit was Kana Sneed. Missed chance that time. Lady Bucks up 3-0. Rudy Zamaripa again on the camera tonight. And he zooms in on Trevino serving again. Deep serve. Back row there is played by Sena Serrato. Serrato, a sophomore libero. Cowgirls will watch as the Buckaroos hit it in the net and a point scored. And the serve is now turned over to the Cowgirls of Tilden. Substitutions off the bench quickly for the Cowgirls as Alexis Ortiz checks in. She'll head back to the service line. Meanwhile, to the front row, junior Mackenzie Scherer in the center front row. Line drive serve. Could return a serve. Ball over on the Cowgirls side quickly. Set it up off the net. Hit over this time by Scherer. Buckaroos on the attack to the center. That's tipped past the block and another point scored. Carolyn Hinojosa scores the point. Watch on the replay how Hinojosa reads this after it comes over on the Cowgirls side. And now watch the read. Saw the block there. Also saw the defense had shifted away. 4-1 ball game. Freer on top. Set on the right side by Chloe Taylor. Hits that over. Played by Freer. Quickly set up offense. And Donico. Killed by Hannah Vieira. Makes it a 5-1 game. Freer on top. Mika Almendarez serves it up. I believe that's Mika. Ball up in the net. And another point scored. Freer up 6-1 here early. That's Analia Salinas serving. When we come back, she'll continue to serve. Freer leads 6-1. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be right back. TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo. Back here, I see we have some fans tuning in from Hebronville. Thanks for tuning in here for our broadcast. We're in Freer tonight, and the Lady Bucks on top. Cowgirls took a timeout on the attack that time. Scherer has too much on that. It carries out of bounds. And Freer continues to pace this game with an early lead. Analia Salinas serves it again from the back corner. Cowgirls will set it up back row. And a miscommunication there. Another point scored. Freer up early, 8-1. This is one of 6 gyms tonight that we're at for volleyball action. Our final stop of the day, Rudy and I made it to 1, 2, 3. This is our 4th of 6 as we continue to train new crews getting in the mix. Tip past the blockers and score that point. What a read by Hannah Vieira. And Freer goes up 9-1. Salinas will serve again. Overhead serve with that top spin. They did get it across on the return. Freer set it up. Here's Vieira again. Back row gets a hand on that. Nothing doing. Another point scored, and Freer in double digits up 10-1. Give us a shout out on the social media where you may be watching the games from. It's always neat to see just how far the reach is on some of our broadcasts. Salinas to serve again. Back corner before that, the whistle had not blown, and so they're still having a discussion with the back row judge. And so they'll reset this serve. Freer jumped out to the early lead. Cowgirls scored the 1 point on an error near the net, and after that it's been all Freer. Vieira serves it again. Ball up over the net. Freer on the attack. Nice job punching that in the air by Alexis Ortiz to keep it alive. Ortiz now gets it over the net. Played on the Freer side. Free ball coming up for the Cowgirls. A good pass. The set by Scherer from the middle. Hit over the blockers, and a diving play keeps that alive. Rally continues. Point scored for Freer. Back row made the play, and watch on the replay here on your right side of your screen, and you'll see that the back row was able to make that diving play and keep the serve on the hands of the Freer Lady Bucks. That diving play results in a point for the Cowgirls, and they're on the board, and they'll take over the serve. Down 11-2 as Kana Sneed will serve. Sneed with a short serve just clears the net. From the back row, Salinas puts that over, looking for the back corner, found a spot, point scored for Freer. They go up double digits. Thank you for watching from Midland, Texas, and also from Edinburgh, Texas, watching our game here tonight. Shout out to Mary Hernandez and Mark Luna tuning in. Next serve for the Buckaroos is over on the Cowgirls side. Tilden set it up this time, looking for something from Charity Harris. Ball back over on the Freer side, right back at you. Down it goes, a kill by Kara Carpenter. Carpenter off that front row, able to put that one down. Short serve this time. That's a service error. That's a rarity in our coverage thus far of the Freer Lady Bucks. 13-3 ball game. Checking into serve is Kaylee Measles. Measles will serve. Granbury, Texas, thank you for tuning in. Short serve over the net, played by Freer. Back set this time, left side, down it goes. Got it past the block. Carpenter with yet another kill. Lady Bucks up 14-3. Thank you watching Selena Garza in San Antonio tuning into our broadcast. We thank you there. Short serve over, played by the Cowgirls. Second hit over on the Freer side. They'll work it to Carpenter again. Why not? Punches it over the blockers this time. Set up in the middle. Harris looks for the kill, carries it out of bounds. Point scored by Freer. Freer up 15-3. Night started with the JV was split into 2 squads. That's why the late 7 o'clock start here tonight. Next serve across by Freer. This time, Cameron Cantu puts it in play. Back there, Cantu watches that one, carries out of bounds. Another point scored by Freer. Cantu to serve again. 16-3 game, right down the middle. Serrata with a pass. Free ball for Freer to work with. Set by Trevino to the right side. Double block right back at you. Still on the Freer side. Set it up again for Carpenter, but a lift will be called. And a point scored by the Cowgirls of Tilden. That allows Emery Robles to check into the game. Back to serve, though, is Chloe Taylor. Taylor ready, puts it over with a line drive serve. Second ball over. This is a free ball coming up for the Cowgirls. Got to take advantage of these. Middle set. Good swing, but it carries out of bounds. Harris was looking for that sideline. Nothing doing. Buckaroos score, and Hannah Faria back to serve. Faria gets it over. Played by the Cowgirls. Still on the off the net. This one goes over on the Freer side. Allows this set for Carpenter, and it is out of bounds. Carpenter had a couple of kills early on her rotation through the front row. That time missed on the hit. Cowgirls substitute in. Kana Sneed back in the game. Meanwhile, Sienna Serrata back to serve. Just gets that over the net. Freer setting it up. Back corner. That is out of bounds. That was close. We'll take a look at that on the replay. This was real close to being in on that back corner. Rudy missed it on the camera, but we'll catch him next time. Diving play. Cowgirls score again. Negative 17-7 ball game. Timeout on the floor. Game one continues from Freer after this.
TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Back here on Rio Sports, and it is Freer on the attack after the serve. That's a block back on the Freer side, and a point scored for the Cowgirls. Nice block that time by Emery Robles. And the Cowgirls scoring a couple of points here in a row. Take a look at the end of this. You can see this block coming up right there. It scored the point. Freer back on the attack. Ball over on the Tilden side. High set off the net. Spiked over. Back row plays it for the Buckaroos. Set it up. This is Desi Flores on the front row. Puts that down. Freer back up double digits. Got a Carpenter back to serve. Line drive serve, and that's an ace. Carpenter off the service line. 19-8 game. Next serve coming up by Carpenter. Gets across, played down the sideline. Cowgirls off the net, middle. Right there, defensively, Freer sets it up. This is a miscommunication there, and a point scored. Two players racing over there in the center of the defense. Next serve by the Cowgirls, line drive, and that's an ace. Cowgirls trying to gain some momentum here. Tabor Garcia serving up that ace, and she's ready to go with another. 19-10 ball game. That score is right on the scoreboard, my friends. High set, left side. That's off the net, punched up in the air, but they can't keep it alive. And a point scored by Freer. They go up 20-10. Lady Bucks to serve again. Angelina Trevino at the service line, and she'll let it go. Ball right back over on the Freer side after the return of serve. Here comes Hinojosa. Down it goes. Point scored on a kill by Carolyn Hinojosa. Thunderous kill that time. Go back to the replay on that. You can see after the return of serve got right back here on the Freer side, it was attack mode instantly, and Hinojosa right there puts it away. Back to action. 11-point lead for Freer. Ball on the back row of the Lady Bucks. Set up Hinojosa again. This time tips it over the blockers. Punched up by the Cowgirls. Tilden coming right back at you. Hit over by Robles. Center set this time. Nice dig that time by Garcia back there for the Cowgirls. Free ball for Freer. Quick hit on the second opportunity. That one carries out of bounds. Cowgirls substitute in. As back in the game is Alexis Ortiz. She'll serve. Also back in Mackenzie Shera on the front row. Ortiz is ready. And that's an ace served up by Ortiz. Junior Alexis Ortiz finding a sweet spot there, getting it through. Next serve is on the way. Free ball for the Cowgirls to work with here. From the middle, set it up at the center. Nice swing, nice kill. Down it goes. That's Sienna Sneed. 21-13 game. See Sneed this time. This is what you have to do when you get a free ball. Put that away. Freer scores as a miss hit on the serve by the Cowgirls. Sends back Analia Salinas to serve yet again. First time through, she scored a bundle of points. Starts it off with an ace as she carries it through the net. And it drops in front of the back row defensively for the Cowgirls of Tilden. Next serve coming up for Salinas. High arcer this time. Ball on the Cowgirls side. Set it right side. And off the block. That's a point. Another hit by Sneed. And another point scored by the Cowgirls. 9-point game. Sneed, after a good rotation on the front row, steps back to the service line. Just across. Second hit still on the back row. This is another free ball for the Cowgirls to work with. Good pass. A set by Garcia. The reach, the hit by Taylor. Scored the point for the Cowgirls. Taylor on the kill. Sneed to serve again. Good pass this time by Freer. Second hit over, looking to catch that back row off guard. Sneed was there to cover that. Here's another set for Taylor. Down it goes on the back row. Another point scored by the Cowgirls. Let's take a look at that on the replay because there was a question as to whether or not that hit in on the back row. We'll take a look. As you'll see the hit coming up, but watch more importantly where the ball lands. That was close. Point scored by Freer. And now it's an 8-point lead, and they'll serve for the win here in game one. Back to serve, Carolyn Hinojosa. With a jump serve, in the net it goes. Point scored by the Cowgirls of Tilden. Pretty much every serve, they'll rotate new players into the game. In this case, they bring in Mizelles. Mizelles will serve. A senior on the team. Right-handed serve, gets it across deeply on the back row. Freer will set it up middle for the game winner, and that is in. Points scored. Freer takes game one, 25-17. We'll be back with game two after this.
The kids are headed back to school, and this year, more than ever, they'll need internet they can rely on from VTX1 companies. Internet that makes the grade is vital to connect students at home with teachers and professors alike. Our friendly staff is standing by to give you any help you may need. For a limited time only, get free installation from a company headquartered in the Rio Grande Valley. Call VTX1 at 1-800-446-2031. VTX1 Companies, connecting you since 52.
South Padre Island Golf Club. Come for a visit. Stay for a lifetime.
Fans, if you want to look your best at the next game, then let Chewy's Custom Sports go to work for you. From custom designs and graphics to mass production in-house. If it's hats, shirts, buttons, mugs, cups, banners, and more, then Chewy's is there for every team and every sport. A veteran-owned company in touch with the community. It's Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito.
Back here on Rio Sports Live after Game 1. The Freer Lady Bucks already back on the court. Meanwhile, that's the Cowgirls of Tilden over on the right-hand side. And they'll try to make some adjustments here as we get set for Game 2. We'll be naming our player of the game after the conclusion of tonight's contest. We'll have additional broadcasts coming your way. Looks like we got one at Odom on Thursday night. Additional volleyball action this week. And then on Friday, if all the equipment comes in that I've got ordered, we'll be in volleyball and football at the same time in various spots. So keep watching on our social media as we'll be posting that. Our updates on the website will become more frequent in the near future. Rudy's taking over that reign. Meanwhile, ready to serve, and here we go with Game 2. And that's an ace served up by Kara Carpenter, and Freer jumps out to the 1-0 lead. Fans, again, wherever you may be watching this game from, first of all, on the social media, be sure that you share the link. Let other fans know these games are going on. That helps us first and foremost. Secondly, we ask that you like, follow, and share all on the Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're on that. Cowgirls trying to get their first point of the game. Freer on the attack. Good set. Tip past the block. Covered nicely by the Cowgirls. Back to the center. Block back at you, but in the net called, and a point scored by the Cowgirls. Advertising. Joe Gomez has been active, sending out tons of information to businesses, and right now we are in the position of needing those businesses to come through. As I do not charge for these broadcasts, the schools nor the fans to watch them, as another hit goes down by Freer. And that means the only way to generate the revenue needed to pull off what we're doing is in the form of advertising and sponsorship. So Joe Gomez, I know he's active trying to get some sales. If you need to reach out to Rio Sports Live, riosportslive@gmail.com. You can email us, or you can see the phone number that we post there on the screen. As we continue to try to expand and cover the number of teams that we are trying to. There's a tie ball game on an ace served up by the Cowgirls. And in Game 2, we're all tied up at 3 apiece. Alexis Ortiz to serve again. Ortiz gets that over with some pace. That's another ace, and the Cowgirls jump out on top here in Game 2. Back-to-back aces served up by Alexis Ortiz. Junior, right-handed server, ready to go again. Back corner this time. Good return by Freer. Set up the offense. Tipped over the blockers. Covered nicely on a hit by Serrata. Serrata has to ease it over, though, and Freer goes on the attack. Center. Swung away. Point scored. We're tied on a kill by Hinojosa. Hinojosa with the kill. Analia Salinas checks in to serve. She had a good service run in game one. It was her serving that tallied the points that really separated the teams and held Freer in control for the most part of that game one win. Cowgirls setting up Taylor. She had a couple of big hits in game one, gets one there and gets the kill. Chloe Taylor with a kill. Cowgirls will serve. Sneed back at the service line. Short serve, diving play by Freer back there on the back row. That's Carly Hinojosa to make that play as the libero. Ball just over the net on a tip by Trevino. See if we can catch that play on that last one. That was the diving play to keep it in, just to keep the ball alive. Serve over, that's in the net. A service error by Freer. And the Cowgirls regain the lead and take back the serve as Kaylee Measles will serve. Measles will serve. Before that, they check on the scorers table to make sure that the rotation was set. Right now, a discussion as to who may be serving. They check that. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
Back here on Rio Sports Live, a high set to Freer off the pause in the action, and Kara Carpenter with yet another kill ties us up at 6 apiece. Carpenter's had by far the biggest hits of the night on a consistent basis for either team. Serve over, Cowgirls, second hit over, catches them off guard. Freer Lady Buck defense manages to keep the ball alive. Cowgirls on the attack again. Set up Taylor, and that one carries out of bounds. It was a rare rally in which the Cowgirls from start to finish were the aggressive team. See if they can sustain that type of effort. Serve over by the to the Cowgirls. They'll get it over. Free ball for Freer to work with. Pass by Carpenter, set her right back up. Another smashing hit, played up into the rafters, ball still alive. Another free ball for Freer. Good pass, setting it up Trevino. Carpenter again, but a lift will be called. The point scored by the Cowgirls ties it up at 7 apiece. Chloe Taylor checks in to serve, or rotates back to serve. Meanwhile, substituting in Emery Robles on the front row. Next serve is over. A line drive knuckleball. That's an ace, and the Cowgirls take the lead at 8-7 on a serve by Charity Harris. Or Chloe Taylor, that is. Taylor ready to go with another. Another line drive to the back corner, right up near the net on the pass. Carpenter with a left hand gets it over. Cowgirls in the net they go. Tie ball game. Nice adjustment that time by Carpenter, just using the left hand after the approach. Tied up as Hannah Varia serves for the Freer Lady Bucks. Gets it over. Good pass by the Cowgirls. Set up, and this Robles puts it over and takes the lead right back for the Cowgirls. Robles with a well-placed hit. Serrata to serve. Sienna Serrata, a sophomore on the team. The libero for the Cowgirls of Tilden. Good return of serve by Freer off the net from the back row. They'll punch it over. Cowgirls, good chance here to now build on a lead. Over into the corner, and a point will be scored. They'll call 2 hits against Freer. And the Lady Bucks are now up by a couple of points here at 10-8 in game 2. Zarata to serve again. Short serve this time. On the return, it carries over. Cowgirls quickly on the attack. Hit over by Sneed, and that one carries out of bounds. And that's the missed opportunity stuff that can come back to haunt you, Cowgirls. When that serve is returned back on your side, got to take advantage of that. They'll set it up this time off the net, and in the net it goes. Point, and we're tied. And now Kara Carpenter can look to take the lead back for the Freer Lady Bucks. It's been back and forth, a couple of lead changes in this game. Short serve on the return. It carries over on the Freer side. Set up for Hinojosa. Punches it over the left hand. Played by the Cowgirls off the net. Hit over by Garcia. In the net it goes, though. Point scored. Freer on top at 11-10. Carpenter to serve. Timeout called. Lady Bucks head to the sideline. They were challenged. Had to come from behind to take that lead. They're up by 1. They'll serve after this.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past? First pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Back here after the timeout, the Freer Lady Bucks send Kara Carpenter back to serve. Carpenter's had a terrific night thus far, especially in that Game 1 win. Deep serve this time, played by the Cowgirls. Set it up off the net to the middle. Played back by Carpenter on the pass. They'll try to set it up. Hit over by Emma Cantu now on that right side front. Carpenter another pass. Setting it up for the middle, Trevino. Nice set. Spike across by Hinojosa. Doug, that was probably going out. Ball back on the Freer side. Hinojosa again. This one carries out of bounds, and we're tied. Just the reaction of the ball coming back over after the first kill attempt by Hinojosa. Serve over. Good pass this time. Ball over on the Cowgirl side. A high set in the middle. Punched off the block. Played by Freer. They'll race over. Play it off the net. Free ball for the Cowgirls at Tilden. Set it up in the left side. Spiked over. Back corner. Right there is Viria to tip it. Set up Hinojosa. Looking. That is in off the tip. Freer back on top at 12-11 as we go back and forth. Angelina Trevino back at the service line. Short serve. Good pass this time. Ball off the net, though. Free ball for Freer to work with. The pass, the set by Trevino, and send the second hit over. Cowgirls trying to attack. Get it to Sneed. Set up Hinojosa on the Freer side. No, she'll set it instead. And across the angle, and that one carries in for the point. See if we can catch that on the replay. After the ball comes over, you can see it looks like Hinojosa was going to hit it. She sets it instead. And then the finish by Freer. Lady Bucks up 2. Back to live action. A high set right side. Off the block this time. And a hit by Emma Cantu. And that'll score a point. 14-11 as Cantu from that right side on the front gets the kill. Angelina Trevino to serve. Again, deeper serve this time. On the pass, nothing doing. Points scored. Freer now up 4 at 14-11. Trevino to serve again. Timeout on the floor. Cowgirls had a lead earlier in this game. Now, Freer on top by 4. They'll talk about it, and we'll return after this.
At HCISD, we move the needle forward every day.
We'll blaze a trail for future generations.
It's not just about equipping students with skills for the future. We awaken their potential and empower them to make good choices.
No matter where you're from or where you're headed, there's a place for you to flourish at HCISD.
Back here after the timeout was called, the Cowgirls of Tilden, when they had the lead early on in this game too, it was an aggressive style coming after points, and it led to the lead. Freer just matched the intensity and upped the ante. They currently lead by 4. After the timeout, Cowgirls trying to respond. Good recovery that time by the back row for Freer. That's a left-hand swing. That's blocked, and it's still a live ball. Challenge at the net, still alive. Back on the Freer side. Now a free ball for the Cowgirls. Good chance here on a back set. Right side kill. Dug by Cantu. Emma Cantu puts it over. Cowgirls trying to set something up. This is a hit by Robles. That one is no good. The point scored by Freer. 5-point lead now by the Lady Bucks of Freer. Trevino will serve again. Short serve. That's in the net on the return of serve, and a point scored by the Lady Bucks, and now suddenly they're up by 6. They won the first one 25-17. Several times in that game, they had a double-digit lead. Cowgirls of Tilden. Return of serve. That's punched over. Another diving play back there, but this one carries out of bounds. Good attempt, though, by Carly Hinojosa for Freer. Point scored. Back in the game to serve for the Cowgirls of Tilden is Alexis Ortiz. Ortiz is ready. Good return. High set middle. Hinojosa blocked right back at you. Challenge at the net. Spiked down by the Cowgirls. Point scored for Tilden. And they'll call her in the net, or will they? They're going to have a discussion on this. Let's take a look on the replay while they're talking over. And watch the play at the net by both teams and see if you can catch somebody possibly in the net right here. Boy, if it was on the Freer side. And they're going to replay that. Again, I want to show you on the replay of this. Big groan on the Freer side, but really it looked like Hinojosa was in the net more so than anything, as you'll see it right here on the replay. Back to live play. Hinojosa this time off the net, puts that in the net. Point scored for Tilden. 17-13 game. Back to serve is Alexis Ortiz. Ortiz gets it over. Back corner, played by the Lady Bucks. Free ball to work with if they can get the pass. Nothing doing. Freer, good chance here. Here's Hinojosa from the left side, off the block. Nice coverage this time by the Cowgirls. Can they set up something? They'll set up Taylor. Got it across. Diving play. Rally continues. One-handed over. Back 9. Points scored Freer. Long rally. Points scored by the Lady Bucks. And take a look at this one on the replay. Both teams playing defense. And then a spot on that line. Next serve by the Cowgirls. A deep serve. Played on the back row. Still back there. Punched over. Freer on the attack. Lady Bucks setting up Varia. That's off the net. Out of bounds it goes, but off the block. Point scored for Freer. Salinas to serve. Analia Salinas. Good pass this time by the Cowgirls of Tilden. Spiked over and in the net, called against Freer. Points scored for the Cowgirls of Tilden. Fans, again, if you're watching on our Facebook, give us a shout out where you may be watching the game from. It's always neat to see how far that goes and where they're watching from. Short serve this time by Tilden. And that's an ace. 4-point game. The Cowgirls have managed to stay a lot closer here in game 2. They can get a push like they did at the end of game 1. This could be an exciting finish down the stretch of this one. Big spike. Nice dig that time by the Cowgirls just to keep that one alive. Taylor punches it over too far. Point scored for Freer. Give a shout out to Valerie Palacios watching in San Antonio. Thanks for tuning in. 5-point game. Freer with the lead. The serve coming up by Carolyn Hinojosa to the back corner. Pass forward by Serrata. Off the net to Charity Harris. Finds a spot, scores a point. Cowgirls back to within 4. Annette Cantu watching here in Freer. Thank you for watching your home team here as we cover your games. Limited crowds allowed in these gyms. I had a lengthy interview yesterday with another entity that John Cannon, working with the Ed Couch Elsa School District, talking about the length that these schools are going to try to allow these athletes to participate in athletes. There's a block. Point scored for Freer, and they go up 21-16. Lady Bucks on the block. Welcome back to the front row, Kara Carpenter. Next serve coming up by the Lady Bucks as Cameron Cantu puts it in play. Good pass by the Cowgirls of Tilden, setting up Tabor Garcia. Right back at you. They'll set up Carpenter for Freer and gets the kill. Kara Carpenter again. 6-point lead for Freer and the Lady Bucks. Watching in from Bay City. Thanks for watching, Crystal Tummelson Cantu. Also back at Freer, Sarah and Eddie Balboa. Lauren Rangel, thanks for watching. Watching in Colleen, Allison Rangel. There's a nice play, just keeping that alive. Ball back over on the first side, challenge to the net, punched over. Points scored for the Cowgirls. Nice direction by Harris. 5-point game. Watching for Mercedes from Edinburgh, from Wichita, Kansas. Give a shout out to Monica Dresman watching the game. 5-point ball game. Next serve coming up is over. Played by Freer. Set it up. Backside Carpenter again. Another kill. Karen Carpenter. Big night for Carpenter as she carries over her stellar play from game 1 into this one. 6-point lead, served by Varia. Played by the Cowgirls of Tilden. A back row kill attempt. That's blocked back at you. There's Carpenter again. 24-17. Freer Lady Bucks looking to serve it up and take game 2. Hannah Varia ready to go. Serves it. Short serve. Played by the Cowgirls of Tilden. Set it up. Past the block. Point scored on a kill by Robles. 24-18. Now, if you're the Cowgirls, you're going to have a string of points here to keep this one alive. Thanks for watching in Kennedy, Texas. Tuning in tonight. Short knuckleball serve on the return, carried back over on the Cowgirl side. Off the net this time. In the net it goes. Point scored, and Freer wins game 2. 25-18. Lady Bucks have captured game 1 and 2. Game 3 coming up after this.
Hi fans, today's game is brought to you by New York Life. Best of luck to your team.
And I'm Danielle Goslin, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For over 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation of developing the most successful professionals in the industry.
We help to manage the process from day one and guide you on your way to success. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business,
then we would like to show you how we can help.
When in Port Mansfield, be sure to stop in Laguna Madre Baits, the home of Laguna Girl 1 and 2. They ensure that you have the best when it comes to your fishing needs. Locally caught bait, including live shrimp and croaker. Frozen baits, caught locally, frozen shrimp, squid, mullet, and more. Dress the part with full outdoor apparel. Drinks, ice, snacks, groceries, and fishing supplies for any need. Access by road or by boat. Look for the blue building and the blue shrimp boats. Laguna Madre Baits, 828 Westport Drive, Port Mansfield, Texas. Our thanks to Laguna Madre Baits for being one of the broadcast sponsors here on Rio Sports Live. Laguna Madre has stepped up 2 years ago when they started assisting us in broadcasting games in the smaller schools and being out of Port Mansfield, trying to draw attention from fans out of the area to when they make the trip to tune in. So it's not just local sponsors looking for local coverage that assist us. So again, I send out this is an outright cry right now for the number of sponsors needed to cover the schools that are requesting our services. Equipment is in place. I've got people ready to hire. And in a day and age when a lot of people are out of work, I can easily boast I could hire 110 people tomorrow to fully encompass all the games that right now we are scheduling on. I've got a spreadsheet you would not believe if you looked at it. And the number of teams that are wanting coverage that we are, again, in position to cover. It doesn't take a lot of sponsorship in each school, and I'm sticking to my ground. I don't charge schools. I don't charge fans. So I need to have it from the advertising perspective. Assist us if you will. That one carries out of bounds, and welcome to Game 3. Freer takes the lead at 1-0. Check that. They call it out of bounds against Freer. Point scored. And Tilden takes the quick lead in the net on that one. We're all tied up at 1 apiece. Renee Hasete, we thank you for watching from Freer. Also watching from Rio Hondo. Sports about to kick off there, we believe, if everything stays on schedule. We're a couple of weeks away from a few games opening up in the Valley, thus expanding our coverage again. Big swing that time. Nice dig on the back row by the Cowgirls of Tilden just to keep it alive. Turns into attack. Point scored on a kill by Tabor Garcia. Tilden on top at 2-1. See if we can see that return. Here's the big hit anyway. Nice return. And then watch coming right back at you. No blockers in place and a point scored for Tilden. Serve over. Short serve is over, and that's a point scored. Tilden up 3-1. Send out a shout to Lee and Linda Adame watching in Leakey, Texas. Appreciate that. Hey, I just got another schedule in from San Isidro, one of our coverage teams. We'll put that on our list. Nice play by Freer to keep that one in play. Lady Bucks on the attack, watching Cowgirls set it up. Free ball coming up. Good pass set by Trevino. The hit by Hinojosa off the block again. Played by the Cowgirls. They'll set up the attack, but 2 hits called and a point scored by Freer. 3-2 ball game. Follow our page, if you will, on our Facebook. It does allow you to see other games are coming on. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. A lot of fans are watching on big screen TVs, which is really neat. If you haven't done so yet, I strongly encourage you to go back and watch these games using the YouTube and seeing the games on a high-definition big screen TV. Point scored there by Tilden. They're up 4-2 early in 3. Delma Eva Hinojosa Villarreal, thanks for watching in Austin, Texas, tuning in. Good reach here on this game tonight between Tilden and Freer. Good serve this time. A good pass. Just set up Hinojosa. Tips it over the blockers this time. Scores the point. Carolyn Hinojosa catches him off guard. 4-3 game. Hinojosa rotates off the front row. She'll step back to serve. Meanwhile, Kara Carpenter up there on the front row has been the powerhouse thus far in the game for Freer. Serve goes out of bounds, though. Cowgirls had control of the lead to the midway point of Game 2, which time Freer took a timeout and controlled it from the 15th point on to carry to the win. Here's Carpenter with the swing. Punched up in the air, ball back over, carries in. Point scored for Tilden. 6-3 ball game. Timeout call by Freer. I want to go back to that real quick. Let's take a look at this one. Carpenter on the swing. Punched up there. Second hit over, and they thought it was going out. Nothing doing. Stayed in bounds. Timeout. Back after this.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Give a shout out in the direction of McPherson, Kansas, tuning into our game. Thank you for tuning in tonight here on Rio Sports Live. Freer Lady Bucks down by 3, took a timeout. Now in game 1, they responded in a big way. See how they do here. Going on the attack, set it up, left side, tip it in the net though. Points scored for the Tilden Cowgirls. And they now enjoy their biggest lead of the night at 7-3. Down 2-0 as game 3 continues. Pass this time by Freer up near the net. Set it up middle. That's off the block. Played on the Tilden side. Free ball for the Freer Lady Bucks from the back corner. Good pass by Salinas. Set it up for Hannah Varia. Gets it over and point scored. Freer takes over the serve. Omaha, Nebraska tuning in. Paris, Texas tuning in. Give a shout out in that direction. Thank you for tuning in. 7-4 game. Cameron Cantu to serve for Freer's Lady Buckaroos. Good pass this time. A high set in the middle. Swinging and down it goes on a kill by the Cowgirls, Charity Harris. 8-4 game. I'll be running a highlight reel of this one. We got a lot of big hits to show. Two teams competing in district play here tonight. Served by Chloe Taylor is ready for the Cowgirls of Tilden. Deep serve, carries out of bounds. Yadira Mendoza Ibanez watching from New Mexico. Send a shout out in that direction. They're watching from New Braunfels. Thanks for tuning in. Next serve for the Lady Bucks. Varia puts it over. Ball back in the back corner. That's blocked back at you. Point score for the Freer Lady Bucks. It's a 2-point game at 8-6. Varia ready to serve again. Gets it over. Ball back on the Cowgirls side, looking for an attack point. Nothing doing. And they'll call in the net against the Cowgirls. Charity Harris that time was doing everything she could to keep from edging into that net. I thought she managed to do a good job. On the serve. Freer now looking to tie it up, and they do. Service ace by Varia. All tied up at 8 apiece as Varia is ready to serve again. Right-handed serve, short serve. Better pass this time by the Cowgirls. Off the net, though. Hit over by Robles. Freer sets up on a back set, right side. Hit over by Cantu. Emma Cantu up there. Middle set this time. Big swing. That carries out of bounds. Harris reaching back for a little extra. Trying to clear that back row, and it carries out of bounds. Timeout called. Freer Lady Bucks on top. They trailed again in game 3 as they did in game 2. Now with the lead, we'll see how they do. Back with more after this. Back here on Rio Sports Live after the timeout. Freer Lady Bucks serve. Varia puts it over. Nearly serves up an ace. Free ball for Freer. Ball over. Good pass. High set. Carpenter puts it away. Freer up 2. 10-8 ball game. Hey, thanks for the shout-outs back in this direction, fans, for the appreciation of the broadcasting here. Our travels have taken us. I tracked it today. Rudy and I, as that one goes out of bounds, Rudy and I have driven well over 320 miles today, getting all the broadcasts set up and finally landing here in Freer. And oh, by the way, we got a 2-hour drive home. Typical day for Rio Sports Live. That one goes in the net. Another point scored. 12-8. Getting the appreciation just keep sharing the link, if you will. The reason why we have the reach that we do is the fact that fans let other fans know these games are going on. Carpenter puts another away. Huge night for Kara Carpenter on that kill. Five-point ball game. Next serve on the way by Varia. Over. Ball off the net, played by the Cowgirls of Tilden. Freer setting up second hit over. Back row there, played by Tilden again. A back set right side. That's off the block. Ball still alive as the rally continues. Cowgirls. Free ball for Freer. Set it again. Back set looking for Emma Cantu. Got it off the blockers, and both teams are going to be in the net. Now reset that. Five-point game. Freer on top. They won the first one 25-17. Second one 25-18. And Varia is ready to serve again. Short serve. Played by the Cowgirls. Quick set this time for Tabor Garcia. That's over. Another hit over. And a point scored. Finished off that time by Robles. 13-9 game. Served by Zarata. Knuckleballs it over. High set, right side. There she is again. Kara Carpenter, another kill. You can't hide her on that front row. She puts that one away. 5-point game. Carpenter rotates back to serve. And when she does that, that means Carolyn Hinojosa steps front and center as they just trade power swingers on that front line. Here's Hinojosa right at you. Off the block. Point scored. 6-point lead. Carpenter to serve again. Deeper serve this time. Pass by Sarata. Off the net, though. Punched over. Freer there to recover it. Hinojosa on the second hit plays that. Second hit over. Carpenter on the pass. Set. Back row attempt. Varia puts it over. Played by the Cowgirls of Tilden. Free ball for Freer. Pass by Carpenter. Set by Trevino. A hit by Hinojosa. And out of bounds it goes. Everything there but the finish on that hit for the Lady Bucks. Point scored by the Cowgirls. And now back to serve is Tabor Garcia. Sophomore on the team. And puts this one in play. Ball up near the net. Good set again. Here's Carolyn Hinojosa. That's looking for the back corner, but it carries out of bounds. Another point scored by the Cowgirls of Tilden. Garcia ready to serve again. Gets it over. Ball off the net. Set up Hinojosa. Powers that over, but the Cowgirls are able to play it. Robles gets it over. Pass this time by Trevino. It was a quick set, but a point scored is Hinojosa on the miss hit. 3-point game. Tabor Garcia to serve again. With some pace and top spin on that. Then a lift will be called and a point scored. And just like that, the Cowgirls of Tilden are within 2. Garcia to serve again. Another good serve played by Freer. Set up Hinojosa yet again. Looking for the back corner. That one carries out of bounds. 1-point game. Tilden will now serve to try to tie it up. Garcia with a good, strong run at the service line. Gets this one over. Lady Bucks set it up off the net. Hit over by Emma Cantu. Right there, the Cowgirls set it up for the tie. Off the block. Mission accomplished. We're tied at 15. Kill by Sneed. Garcia to serve again. Deeper serve. Good pass this time. Setting up Hinojosa. Lets it go. Return a serve right back on the Freer side again. Back set. Hinojosa again with a left hand. Scores the point. Freer back on top. Back-to-back approach attempts. Hinojosa with a right hand and then a left hand finish down the sideline. 1 point game. Trevino to serve for Freer. Short serve. Tilden. Set it up middle. Sneed. Get it past the blockers. Played by Freer. Near the net, Hinojosa tips it over with 2 hands. Cowgirls of Tilden looking again from the right side. Punch it past the blockers. Back there to play it. Libero keeps it alive. For Freer is patrolling back there is Hinojosa. That's Carly Hinojosa. Freer on the attack. This is a tip over. Nice play by the Cowgirls to keep the rally going. Longest rally of the night between the two teams. Ball still in play. High set middle. Sneed reaches back. Block back at you. Point scored. 2 point lead for the Freer Buckaroos. Next serve coming up for Angelina Trevino. Good pass this time by the Cowgirls. A high set middle. Sneed had it blocked, but in the net called against Freer. Point scored. 1 point game. Cowgirls earn the serve back. They'll continue with the substitutions, keeping fresh players in the game, rotating servers in. Alexis Ortiz back at the service line, trying to tie this up at 17. She gets it over. On the return, it's up near the net. Punched over. Point scored for Freer. Looked like that may have been a miscommunication, but they got the ball over and caught the defense all creeping up as that carried off the hands. Nobody on the back row to cover that. Analia Salinas back to serve. Salinas has been an integral part of the first 2 wins of the night for Freer with her serving. Left hand spike across. Points scored on a kill by the Cowgirls as Chloe Taylor makes her presence felt again. Sneed rotates off the front row for the Cowgirls. Checking in the game is Charity Harris. The serve is deep. Played up near the net, punched over, and now the Cowgirls with a great chance here to tie the game. Right side tipped over, and points scored. Mackenzie Scherer on the kill. 18 apiece. Watch the use of the left hand here. He plays to her strong hand. Sent it right down the line for the point scored. Tie ball game here in game 3. Served by Sneed, a deep serve. Punched up in the air. Free ball coming up if they can get a pass. They do so, but now Freer with a chance. That one's down the sideline. That is in for a point scored. And the Cowgirls at Tilden take the lead at 19-18. Sneed to serve again. Right down the middle this time. Nice set. Over on the left side. Maria, that's blocked back at you. Set it up on a back set. Tipped over and points scored. Lady Bucks tied at 19 apiece. Hinojosa back to serve. Kara Carpenter now back on the front row. This has been a potent setup here tonight for Freer. Serve is good. The pass is across at the net. Punched over and the net called. That'll be on the Cowgirls, and Freer wins the race to 20 here in game number 3. Next serve over. Ball still alive on the rally, but a point scored. Tie game at 20 apiece. Give a shout out again in the direction of Joe Gomez, trying to make sure we get these sponsors. I can wear a lot of hats, but realistically, the sales hat is one it's just rare I can put it on. And so Joe has stepped up trying to do this. If you're a business or if you know a business that could participate in this point in time as a sponsor even, we need all the help we can get here on Real Sports Live. Timeout call. Freer trails by 1. Tilden trying to extend this match. Game 3 continues after this. TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Bringing it back here as the Freer Lady Bucks won the first two games of the night against the Tilden Lady Cowgirls. Here in game three, Cowgirls very much in it, leading by one, forcing that timeout called by Freer. Meanwhile, Kaylee Mazells serves it over. Freer on the return of serve. Here's Carpenter, and she got another point. Tie game at 21 apiece. Kara Carpenter has been there start to finish tonight, my friends. Now a chance for Freer to take the lead here late. Hinojosa, short serve. Good pass this time by the Cowgirls. Set it up middle. Off the block, it's tipped. Covered by Freer. Set it up right side, and that's off the back row. And the Cowgirls regain the lead. 22-21. Back to serve is Chloe Taylor for Tilden. Taylor gets it over. Deeper serve. Good pass by Freer. Set it up right side. Hit it across on the angle. Cowgirls back there recovering, but a free ball coming up for Freer from the back corner. That's in play. Set up Carpenter again. Lets it loose. Off the block. It's covered by the Cowgirls. Up near the net. Past the block. Back on the Freer side. Set up Carpenter yet again. Off the block. Covered nicely by Robles for the Cowgirls. They'll set her up. Nice diving play by Freer. Another long rally between these two teams. Critical point here at 22-21 in game three. Right side set. Varia puts it away. Point for Freer. We're tied. We'll watch the replay of this. This is at the tail end of a long rally between these two teams. And watch as Varia finally said enough of this right now. Back to action. Varia back to serve. Gets it across. Played by the Cowgirls. Tilden in the middle. Punched over. Ball at the net. Carpenter's right there. Challenge again. Big swing. Down it goes. Kara Carpenter with another kill. Freer takes the lead. 23-22. Timeout called by the Cowgirls. And the Buckaroos with the lead late in game three. Back after this.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Freer faithful making some noise and also shaking the bleachers here as our camera's up here amongst them. 1 point game. Lady Bucks serve it up. Ace! And the Bucks are up two at 24-22. More importantly, a chance to win it here off the serve by Hannah Varia. It was her kill as she rotated off the front row that kind of set this in motion. Befitting if she serves up the winner. Deep serve. That carries in. Ace! Back row called it in. Judge said no at the net. We'll take a look on the replay if Rudy caught it. We'll see. Here's your serve, and watch how close this was on the back corner. Well, it looked like it did carry out. 24-23. Chance for the Cowgirls to tie it and extend this game and try to extend this series. Carpenter, in the net it goes. We're tied at 24. And in the words of volleyball, welcome to overtime, as you got to win by two, as we're at 24 apiece in a race to 25 with the two win by two. Serve by Serrata is ready. Sienna Serrata puts it in play. Good pass by Freer up near the net, though. And a point scored by the Cowgirls, and they're up one. 25-24. Now the Cowgirls serving for the win. Trying to push this into game 4. Serrata is ready. The sophomore puts it in the net. Tie ball game, 25 apiece. Service there. Carpenter back to serve for the Freer Lady Bucks. Deep serve. Good pass by the Cowgirls. Setting it up off the net. Sneed puts it over. Freer with the pass. Looking for Hinojosa off the net. Has to step away from that approach. Ball still alive. That's going to be a lift and a point scored to Freer. 26-25, and the Lady Buckaroos will now serve for the win. Kara Carpenter has played big tonight. Serves it up. Passes up near the net. Can't dig it out. Game over on an ace by Kara Carpenter. And why not? Carpenter had a huge night tonight here on Rio Sports Live. Lady Buckaroos win this one in 3. They were pushed in the third game. Final score 27-25 as the Lady Buccaneers get this win. We'll be back at Freer on Friday night as we'll be broadcasting football for you, my friends. We'll also have additional broadcasts in volleyball throughout the week, including games on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Here tonight in Freer, our player of the game is Kara Carpenter of the Freer Lady Buckaroos. We'll have an interview with her a little bit later on our social media. It's going to do it for our broadcast. Rudy and I got a lot of travel to go. Once we get everything going with the advertisers and sponsors, we'll have post-game shows with extended post-game and interviews and much, much more. Right now, we're just making sure we get the games in and cover the teams. Till next time for Real Sports Live, share, follow our links on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube. Till next game, good night.